6:46 now. Last night, President Donald Trump and Elon Musk sat down for a joint interview about the Department of Government Efficiency. Our Joe St. George with Scripps News Group joins us now live. Joe, good morning to you. What are some of the big takeaways from the interview?
Well, the big story in Hampton Roads this week is no doubt this snowstorm, but the big story of the year for the Commonwealth of Virginia may be DOGE and the Department of Government Efficiency, especially with Virginia having so many federal workers. So we're following every angle of this story. And last night, really a remarkable conversation between Elon Musk and President Trump on Fox News, a joint interview where we learned a little bit even more about the goals of DOGE, the goals of government cuts, and what may be on the horizon. We should say at the offset, right, this was not a hard-hitting interview. It was conducted by Sean Hannity, who's one of President Trump's friends, but one of his longtime supporters. What did we learn from Elon Musk? Well, we learned that he has a goal of cutting about $1 trillion worth of the federal budget. He's nowhere close to doing that, by the way. He's cut tens of billions thus far in the first month of the Trump administration, but $1 trillion would suggest that much deeper, perhaps more painful cuts impacting federal workers may be on the horizon. The other thing about the interview that I think was noteworthy was just the appearance of Trump and Elon next to one another. As the conservative commentator Charlie Kirk said on social media, it showed the world that the world's most powerful man and the world's most richest man, Musk and Trump, are actually friends. And therefore, there has been this, chatter in the back rooms of Washington for months of, well, how long can this Trump-Musk relationship go on? They look like brothers right now in terms of where this is. Elon Musk praising Trump, Trump praising Musk for his brilliance. The president did say that Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid won't be touched. Those were the president's words last night in the interview, which I think is something that a lot of our viewers are paying attention to, since those are services that so many Americans use and depend on by the federal government. So an interesting conversation, to say the least. If you were expecting some feud to develop between Musk and Trump, well, we are nowhere near that. These individuals seem to be friends for the moment.